Hello, hello, hello.
Hey, and welcome to Ancient Society. Welcome on back. I think we left you hanging on a story recently.
That is true. So, do you remember our episode about Hades and Persephone? So, we kind of left it at a certain point.
A little bit of a cliffhanger.
You know, we were talking about what was happening under the ground, but now we're gonna be talking about what was happening above the ground. You know, while our two lovebirds were having such a good time in the underworld, everyone above the ground was panicking. Let me tell you, it was a whole drama.
Oh no.
And I'm gonna tell you all about it in today's episode.
Okay, let's hear it.
Let's go. So, while our new power couple was getting all cozy in the underworld...
Love a power couple.
I know, and Persephone and Hades are the power couple.
So fun.
So fun. And let me tell you, things above ground were, and I can't stress this enough, a total mess. So, Demeter, bless her heart, was having a full-blown meltdown. So, she went straight to Zeus, and you just know he was just trying to act nonchalant, probably just staring and waiting for her to finish her rant. Like, can you imagine? Demeter is yelling about her missing daughter, and Zeus is just, like, scrolling his phone and mumbling.
There's always drama outside of the power couple.
There is.
Like, whenever there's a power couple, there's never drama in it, but everybody around the power couple somehow makes it.
I feel like the power couple is just enjoying their time, and everyone around is just, like, going manic for some
Always. Everybody hates
reason.
a power couple.
I know, that's right. And this is exactly what happened with Persephone and Hades. So they were all happy in the underworld, but everyone else was kind of not having it. So Zeus basically tells Demeter, hey, this was a little arrangement that I had with my brother Hades. It's done.
Didn't tell you about it.
Didn't tell you about it. You're her mother, whatever. But yeah, there's nothing that I can do about it now.
God.
And you can only imagine what was going through Demeter's head at that moment.
I mean, she's a mother.
She is a mother. So this whole betrayal, obviously Demeter knew she couldn't argue with the almighty Zeus, and she was absolutely devastated. But this wasn't just like some sad girl phase. She was a mother, like we said. Demeter is the goddess of agriculture, which means her sadness and rage have consequences. So she decided that if her life is going to be miserable, so is everyone else's. And the earth basically started to reflect her emotions. So plants were dying, harvests failed, and animals started dropping like flies. A literal disaster spread across the globe, and mortals were starving. And listen to this. Their cries were so loud that they could be heard all the way up on the Mount Olympus. So Zeus, of course, didn't care until this became his problem. And he was like, okay, this is a little bit too much. People are dying, and that's just bad for the business,
That's when he actually paid attention.
And that's when he actually actively gets himself involved in the story, I would say.
That's so sad that a crying mother is nothing. It doesn't matter.
It's not enough. Like, her emotions are not enough. And, like, let me remind you and our listeners, that Zeus is actually Persephone's father. Like, I think we forgot about that. So he didn't even care about his daughter. He didn't even care about, mother who is devastated.
I mean, Zeus has so many kids.
That is true.
I'm sure with Zeus, he's like, oh, they just moved away. Moved away.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure he's just I moved all the way from Kansas to London, and my parents are obviously sad about it.
Yeah.
But they're still just like, oh, she just moved away.
Yeah, she's just enjoying her life.
But Persephone's mom, Demeter, didn't know in her mind her daughter was kidnapped.
In her mind, she thought that she was being tortured down there. which, as we know, wasn't the case at all, but she didn't know.
Yeah,
obviously.
If you're a mom and your daughter just gets kidnapped, you're assuming the worst.
You are assuming the absolute worst, and that's what happened with Demeter. And basically her hands were tied. She couldn't do anything because of Zeus, because that was just an arrangement that he had with his brother Hades, whatever. So the whole betrayal had a very big impact on Demeter. So first of all, her daughter gets kidnapped, then she learns about this deal that Zeus, Persephone's father, made with Hades. She is absolutely devastated. And as we were saying, Zeus kind of gets involved in this whole situation when it becomes his problem, when the mortals start dying. So he kind of tries to fix things. And I say kind of because he didn't actually do anything himself. He just sent other people to fix his mess. Which is classic Zeus.
Supervising. The delegator.
He's just like delegating tasks, We have like this big project, but I'm just gonna like delegate everything. And if it works, I'm just gonna take the whole credit.
Oh my god, we've all had that boss.
I know.
We've all had that manager. It's like, I don't actually want to do the work for this. So everybody else, you just go deal with the work, go deal with the emotions, the people.
Exactly. And if it works, I'm gonna take all the credit. If it doesn't, I'm gonna blame you guys.
You guys messed it up.
You guys messed it up. Exactly.
What a Zeus move. What a Zeus move.
It is a true Zeus move. So first he sends Iris. So she is the goddess of rainbow. And Zeus sends her to talk to Demeter.
So a rainbow?
A rainbow, exactly.
Is she gay?
I think so.
Okay, sick.
I'm not sure, but like, let's just not assume her sexuality.
Okay.
Let's just say that she is fluid.
Okay. I love that. Go Iris.
Our girl, goddess of rainbow, our fluid girl, goes to talk to Demeter, but Demeter is just not having it. She is in her leave me alone, I'm busy being devastated and sad era. Then Zeus, when I say he, I mean Zeus, tries to send other gods with some offerings and gifts. So he's basically trying to bribe Demeter.
Sorry I gave away your daughter. Here's a rainbow.
Here's, something nice for you.
For your daughter being possibly tortured. I don't know.
Nobody knows. But, if you could just, forget about her and, do your duties as goddess of agriculture, that would be nice.
So much of this could have been solved with a Zoom call to her daughter.
Just communication.
Yeah, just her daughter just saying, "Hey mom, I'm really happy. I can't wait to tell you about this guy.
Look at this garden that I got for this guy. It's kind of creepy, but I love it. It's mine. So I'm enjoying myself here."
I feel like every episode we plan with this, I just think about their family therapy sessions. Yeah. And here I'm just begging them to do just a Zoom call. Not even a family therapy session, but just a letter. Can they write a letter?
Anything. And we'll come to the part when, the letter is involved. We also have a god who is, a god of speedy deliveries that will come in play later on. But
this could have been solved sooner.
Exactly. As you said, one little Zoom call or any type of communication.
We got a Teams meeting link ready.
Exactly. Here's a Teams meeting link. Just join. I'm going to tell you all about my, little experience in the underworld. I'm fine, mom. Please do your job. But as I said, a lot of gods and goddesses went down to, speak to Demeter, but Demeter would just glare at them and she would be like, "Do you have Persephone? No, then get out of my face." Which is understandable.
Yeah.
Nothing could replace your daughter.
No.
Come on. So finally, Zeus becomes so desperate, so he realizes the only way out of this is to solve the actual problems.
Oh no.
So he sends Hermes, the god of speedy deliveries.
I love a Hermes.
Down to the underworld. So Hermes zips down there and finds our couple. And here's a kicker. They're just chilling, as we know. They're hanging out and Persephone actually looks very happy. Hermes immediately tells her about the whole Demeter is trying to kill everyone situation. And
Hey, by the way, your mom's kind of lazy.
Your mom's kind of killing everyone.
Hey, you look happy. When was the last time you called your mom?
Yeah, maybe just like give her a call, let her know you're okay. You know, nothing extravagant. Just
like,
that.
have you talked to her recently? Oh, poor Hermes.
So Hades is actually like, oh snap, that's not good. Okay, Persephone, you should absolutely go and talk to your mother. My bad. Sorry.
Mummy.
My bad. Sorry. So Persephone is getting ready to go back up, and for a hot second, you almost want to like pat Hades on the back. He's being so mature about the whole thing, but hold up. Because this king is a little worried that his queen, Persephone, might not come back. So, what does he do?
This is like if Beauty and the Beast did not trust Beauty to come back.
Exactly. So, this is the part of the story that I'm really trying to defend Hades, but I don't have any arguments, unfortunately, because what does he do? He gives her a little snack for the road, so just like a few pomegranate seeds, like nothing to see there. It's totally not like a strategic move to keep her tied to him forever. Nope, just snack for the trip. So, you see, there's this little rule about the fruits of the underworld. If you eat them, you're basically bound to the place.
Any fruit.
Exactly. Any fruit from the underworld. And it's like, I guess, the ultimate cosmic paperwork. Whatever. It's just a rule. So, anyways, Hermes takes Persephone back up to the surface. And let me tell you, when Demeter saw her, it was pure Hallmark movie drama. Happy tears, long hugs, the whole 9 yards. Demeter was so relieved and happy that she lifted her curse on the earth and everything started to grow again. Flowers bloomed and the world got its warmth back. But Demeter, being the ultra worried mother that she is, immediately got suspicious. She said, "Sweetie, did that man," referring to Hades, "give you anything to eat down there?" And when Persephone, probably with a completely straight face, admitted to having a few pomegranate seeds, Demeter visibly shivered. She knew her daughter was now bound to the underworld.
I mean, you have to have some snacks for a road trip.
That is true. But you know, here's my hot take.
Okay.
Hear me out. Persephone knew exactly what she was doing. She wasn't some naive victim. She was a woman who, for the first time in her life, felt seen and was in charge of her own life. So she ate those seeds on purpose. She was playing chess, not checkers. Of course, Demeter didn't see it that way. She was absolutely furious and she was convinced that Hades had tricked her precious daughter. So she went to Zeus again, as if that would help in any way. So anyways, she threatened Zeus that she would starve the entire human race once again.
Another time. Just a second starvation.
Just like
Why
a second
not?
starvation, exactly. If she didn't get her way.
But I like that idea, thinking of Persephone and like if she did this on purpose, if she did it, just had some road snacks or...
Exactly. So it's kind of an ongoing debate, I would say, an ongoing debate, whether Persephone actually knew what the seeds were, you know, supposed to do if she eats them, or if she was just, you know, trusting Hades.
Wait, so this is like true gossip.
So
of like who believes what.
Exactly. So from my point of view,
yes,
we know that she was so happy down there. We know that, you know, they were sharing different things about each other. They were having these long conversations about the universe and the nature of everything. Hades opened up to her and everything. And she was actually happy down there. And, you know, Persephone is not some, as I said, naive, you know, little goddess. She knew what was happening around.
Yeah.
And obviously her mother is a goddess of agriculture, so like fruits, vegetables.
She knows it.
She probably knew about, you know, fruits and vegetables from the underworld.
Yeah. It almost sounds like a little bit of an act of rebellion from her.
Exactly. It's like an
Which
emo
I kind
phase.
of love. It's continuing the emo phase. It's not a phase. She really
It's
is
not
emo.
a phase, Mom. It's
No.
just pomegranate seeds.
Mom, I don't know what you're talking about. I just had some seeds, just some snacks.
I was just so hungry. The trip was
Just
long and I just wanted
straight
some
up
snacks.
gaslighting her mother.
Exactly.
I'm like, no, I don't get it. But no, I love that the idea of that's her act of rebellion. That's her making a choice and setting a life for herself
Exactly.
for the first time she gets the chance to do so, even if it's under the guise of her not having a say. Like, it's like, oh, you have to go to your mom. You have to go up and see her. But she's still finding a way to put her own choice into it.
Exactly. And I completely agree with you that this was actually a moment when she chose her future.
Yeah.
So my take is that she knew about the fruits of the underworld and what they do if you eat them. And she was like, now I'm in a position to make a decision that is going to impact my future.
What a girl boss.
Honestly, such a girl boss.
That's
I
fantastic.
love that for her. She was literally like, on one side, so she had Hades, who gave her these
She said,
seeds,
this is my man.
and she was like, this is my man. Now I'm not leaving his side, and to make sure of that, I'm gonna eat these seeds. So I think it was like a really important moment for her when she decided to bound herself to the underworld and just ate those seeds.
I can see that. I like that. I like
So,
the spicy too.
I know. So, like, that's my take. Obviously, some people would say that she was tricked by Hades. But if we look at, you know, their future as a couple, and if we take into the account that Hades never cheated on her, that they were desperately trying to have a child of their own, that they were living a super unproblematic life in the underworld, that she started getting involved with running the underworld, I think that she actually wanted that, and it was her decision.
Oh, cool.
So basically, Demeter went to Zeus because she was convinced that Hades was this evil, you know, god that tricked her precious daughter who knew nothing about the world.
Of course.
And Zeus was probably at this point just trying to get some peace from this whole mess that he created.
God, whatever I have to do to get you to shut up.
Exactly.
Please.
But he was like so over this drama, so he proposed a compromise. Persephone would spend 1/3 of the year with her husband, Hades, in the underworld, and the rest of the time with her mother on Mount Olympus / above the ground. So it was kind of a compromise that would work for both sides.
I love my mom so much, but if my mom were to come to me and say, hey, you can only spend 1/3 of 4 months a year with your husband, I would lose it. I would lose my mind. And not even, like, they're not neighbors. They're not in the same town.
Exactly. It's not the same realm. Like, what is happening? I think Persephone, at this point, just had to accept it because it came from Zeus. And I think everyone had to accept it because it came from Zeus.
Yeah.
You know, he was just so tired from this drama. He wanted to move on. Probably wanted to, you know, get involved with, you know, some unholy things, do some unholy things.
He's like swiping Tinder right now. Like, guys,
exactly.
what do we have to
Mortal
do?
Tinder. What are the new faces that we have here?
Switch to Grindr a little bit.
As he does. So he basically proposed this compromise, and everyone unfortunately had to agree. So, and in the end, everyone kind of got what they wanted.
A little
Not
bit.
fully. Exactly, a little bit, not fully, but they did get a little bit of what they wanted, you know, and Zeus had the final say, as he always does. It was an okay solution to this whole drama, this whole problem. So the happy couple got to be together.
For just 4 months
For just
out of
4
every
months, but
year.
they weren't fully separated, so that's, you know, at least something. And mortals also got their food back, and Demeter got her...
Mortals weren't dying anymore.
Mortals weren't dying, Demeter lifted the curse, so, just a small thing. But
small thing for the
Demeter, Demeter got her daughter back for the most of the year, I guess. But I just want to go back to that point that Demeter's emotions actually affect the planet because she is the goddess of agriculture. So Demeter, when her daughter Persephone leaves for the underworld, she again gets so sad and she basically puts the earth on pause. And listen to this. That is our winter. And nothing grows in winter.
Okay, but real question. She can't pull it together for 4 months?
Unfortunately, that's just Demeter, and she cannot do that.
I'm starting to think out of everybody, I was so team Demeter because she's a mother and her daughter got kidnapped. And I'm so team Demeter on that. But this part of it, I'm starting to think she's the one that needs therapy. She's the one that has a bit of separation issues. At some point, your child will marry somebody and will probably move. And you can't just literally end the world because they want to go spend 4 months with their husband.
That is so true. And if you maybe noticed in the beginning, maybe in the first part, that I wasn't the biggest fan of Demeter, now you know why. Because she never actually let her daughter grow up.
Yeah.
Your daughter has a husband and you still have separation issues.
Yeah.
And now, okay, before you knew how she was treated down there, I completely understand that.
Absolutely. Daughter's kidnapped, I'd be losing my mind.
But then you learn that your daughter actually enjoys being down there. She loves this man. She's happy to be there. He makes her happy. Like, why are you not being happy for your daughter?
This is so opposite because you usually hear this crazy theory with like boy moms.
Exactly. But I this is kind of, the part where, so Demeter had only one child, so only one daughter. And if you remember from the part 1 of this story, we talked about how Demeter never actually let Persephone go down to the mortal world from the Mount Olympus. So from the start, she was this helicopter mother.
Yeah. But that's more normal. This is now just crazy.
This is now, exactly. This is getting to crazy territory.
You can't give your daughter to her husband for 4 months out of the year without throwing a fit.
Come on.
Where's therapy?
Exactly. You need therapy. And everyone thinks that Hades is the bad one, but Demeter? What is wrong with you?
This is a Demeter one. I feel like our first sponsor for this podcast should be a therapy.
BetterHelp.
BetterHelp. If you want to sponsor a podcast, we have just the people for you.
We have just people for you, to promote it. Greek gods and goddesses.
They need therapy more than anybody.
More than anyone.
God.
But there's also a happy emotion when it comes to Demeter, and that's when Persephone comes back to above the ground. So when Persephone comes back to her mom, Demeter again gets so happy that she makes everything thrive, and that's how we got spring, and the whole cycle repeats every year.
Life is worth living
again. So there is actually, some people think that Persephone is actually a goddess of spring, because whenever she comes, spring starts.
That is what I thought.
But exactly, a lot of people think that, but she is not doing anything. She just comes back, above the ground, spends some time with her mother, and her mother actually brings the spring. So Persephone is not involved in that. She just appears. She's just there, She is, her official title is Her Royal Highness, the Queen of the Underworld. Baddie.
Emo baddie Queen of the Underworld.
Making my own decisions, mom. So she is actually the Queen of the Underworld. And as I mentioned previously, so Hades starts giving her power in the Underworld. Okay. A lot of decision-making processes. He actually starts sharing that decision processes with her.
Oh, wow.
So she becomes a true queen of the underworld. She has a saying in things, and she is not being micromanaged by Hades.
I love them marrying into royalty and also getting that power with it too.
She is my Princess Diana. Persephone is my Princess Diana. Honestly, she...
I love that, actually. She marries into royalty, she has the power, becomes a favorite, looks fantastic.
Exactly,
the
looks
whole
like a
time.
baddie.
I love that.
I fucking love that.
Okay, so that is who we're equating Persephone to.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Princess Diana. And that is the lovely story of Hades and Persephone and how the underworld got her new queen.
I love that so much. I feel like every story that I see based around Hades and Persephone does show that they are truly, truly in love. Like one of the only Greek couples actually truly in love. It is so sad to hear that she only gets 4 months out of the year with him.
That's one of the saddest parts of this story, but also I am very, very angry and sad that they never had children.
Yeah.
And apparently Persephone wasn't able to have children, but hear me out, Hades actually never cheated on her. So it is a true love story.
Where's the adoption clinic? All the kids that went down to the underworld, where's the adoption?
Just like get a mortal and make him a god.
Yeah, they had their pick of everybody that came down. That's so sad.
That is true. It is so sad. At the same time, it is a very happy story, but it is sad in a way that she only gets to spend only 4 months with him a year, and they actually never had children. But all in all, that is a story of my favorite couple in Greek mythology. I hope you enjoyed it.
All in all, Demeter, get therapy.
Demeter, please seek help.
Please get therapy. We'll get sponsored. We'll give you a quote. It'll be fine, but you need therapy.
Exactly.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for telling me. It was so nice to hear the second part of that. I knew the first part was too good to be true. So great to hear the second part to it.
Of course. I am so happy to share these lovely stories with you. And I'm sure in the next episode we'll have more chaotic ones.
Yes, that will. I can't wait. Stick around for the next chaotic episode.
And we'll see you next week.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.